Hi, everybody. First thing, this demo means that you get to be part of it, so it's not just about me, which I struggle with on a daily basis. So what I need you to do is take out your phones. I know most of you have a smartphone. Get them out, hold them up like this. Yes, just like you do with phones at rock concerts or something. While you're doing that, while you're struggling to get your phone out, you should be tweeting about this #mini-demo. My name's John Cosgrove. I am from Ireland, but I've been in Minnesota 15 years because I met some hot chick from Minneapolis in Dublin 16 years ago, and she brought me here in July. And I haven't been back to Ireland, well, to live since, moved here. The story is important because it leads us to this point. Get off plane, find Kieran, before he was the whiskey bar dude, but he had a little bar back then. Worked with Kieran for 6 years, hosted trivia at his bar to assimilate with the locals and learn their ways. Hosted trivia, got called to do trivia events for corporate and private events, decided to get away from the bar business. That was hard because babies started appearing from said hot chick from Minneapolis. This is the right event, right? People are laughing. That's good, right? So for those big events, then I would have to rent keypads, and I teamed up with a really good keypad company that should remain nameless, AML in town, but they were kind of expensive, so then developers started popping out because that's the new thing. Find developers, built trivia-specific software, thought of world domination, but then had some ideas about the actual software. Met this guy, Andy Grant, at Coco, and he took what was a stick shift Saturn and has turned it into this beautiful black sleek aerodynamic hybrid that we're going to see today. So you're on your phone, go to the browser or scan your QR code. This is great. I don't need to explain this like I do at a corporate event. Go there. What I want to show you is how to take interaction with speakers, teachers, presenters, politicians, whoever it is, and to be able to measure that interaction. Because interaction's great. I mean, if you listen to Cities 97 and you love Five for Fighting, they're on every hour. They have me on St. Patrick's Day because apparently I like microphones. And they have competition, 7th caller wins front row seats. And then I asked them this year, what do they do with all the other people that call in? They're like, tell them they didn't win. I'm like, but what about all those people who took the time to interact with you? Don't you want to measure them? Don't you want to know who they are? They're like, no. I'm like, well, I think you're missing out. So all these thoughts, again, how do we measure interaction led us to this. So you're there. You'll see a landing page. We're going to demonstrate this quick. If you're too slow and you're dinking around in the strong beer out there, and it is strong because my cheeks are rosy, and I don't normally talk this fast, then you're missing out. There's a poll on there. Hit beer poll and pick your favorite beer and do it now. And as you're voting on that, it will show up here in real time in a fancy pie chart. We also have bar charts, but we'll show you the pie chart. So this is web-based. As you're entering your entries, it's telling us the percentage, and the winner so far is Liftbridge Crosscut Pale Ale, all the way from Stillwater, Minnesota. Is the winner. And see now, Lucid's changing and so on and so forth. The next, if you go back to your landing page again, you'll see question and answer. And click on that. You don't need to put your name on. But if you're watching this online, hi, Mom. If you're watching this online, it's 3 in the morning in Ireland. If you're watching this online, put in parentheses that you're watching it online. We just want that to measure the interaction because that's what we're doing. What is the one question that you've always wanted to ask an Irishman, but were afraid to? What is the one question you always wanted to ask an Irishman, but were afraid? Make it brief, but again, imagine that I'm like Will Steger talking about global warming, and you're a Republican CEO who thinks global warming is an evil myth. What question would you want to ask him? Because you can't throw anything at him. So you have to ask him, when aren't you drunk? What is a good question? What's one? Kilts or Scottish, you gobshite? What is the best homemade beer? All homemade beer is the best homemade beer. I'm every Irish stereotype, except I don't swear, I don't fight, and I don't dance. But all the other stereotypes, right here in Minnesota. Okay, so you get the idea. Your questions, hey, what's not important is what I'm saying. What's important is what you're doing with your phones. We're not here to be entertained. We're here to be enthralled. Where's the bathroom? So your questions are showing up in real time. Hey, I'll get you a picture of the hot chick after I kick your ass. You know what a wanker is? All right, so there we go. It shows up in real time. I want to give you 2 examples where we've used this, where I was in the background. I know it was hard, but we managed to do it. Irish Fair, Minnesota. Not quite in the background, I see it, but that's beside the point. Jameson is the main sponsor. They spend tens of thousands of dollars sponsoring this event every year. We went to them and we said, what are you getting for your money? And they're like, banners. I'm like, just like every other company. Branding, really? Branding at an Irish fair? That's way out. So instead of that, let's generate some interaction with your brand. So the quick scenario, and this is where my other guy, Sean Bernard, is a strategist, come up with the idea. Let's do a Jameson shot with the band on stage in front of 20,000 people. Who wouldn't want to win that? Log in just like you did. We give them a URL on the banners. They logged in, and you can take that off now because it's distracting. You're not the star of this fucking show. Tweet that, bizatch. They logged in. They put in their cell number because we wanted to text them back if they won. Put in their zip code, and they put in their year of birth to make sure they're over 21. We could check it against their ID. Thousands of them logged in. We're able to pick a winner. If you look back on the screen, the Q&A screen, make sure up here on the left-hand side it says pick random winner. We're able to just click that, shoots up a name and a text, phone number. The winner in this is 3 gingers better than 2 gingers. $12 million later, I think so. Ask Jim Beam. I know he's not beaming. Anyway, besides all that, we picked the winners. In addition, after people had logged in and submitted their data, which was important data at Irish Fair with the zip code and the year of birth, gives them good demographics, we had social media links, and we said to the crowd like this, thanks for entering. If you check in on Facebook or you tweet about entering this contest, show it at the Jameson tent, you get $1 off. This is where corporate America gets excited because Jameson sales were up 38% on last year. Are we taking credit for that? You fucking better believe we are. Is 2 gingers going to be there next year? Yes. Okay, that's the first example. Second example, no BS, Will Steger. Last week, Minneapolis Club CEOs, we mentioned them earlier. He was a little nervous. He was expecting a hostile crowd. The organizers were expecting a hostile crowd. So we had a poll so that Will could get a real on-the-spot example. We asked some very specific questions about global warming and what they thought of it. We didn't mention anything about God and all that stuff. And then we asked them yes or no. They did. I know I'm out of time. Thank you. They did it. He got the data. He got all the questions. He was able to address the crowd. Let me tell you, some of the questions were shite. This is what this is for, measuring interaction. Come talk to us afterwards. This is to share with everybody. If you're presenting, you're a teacher, you're a politician, we're here. Thank you.